fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
We have a liftoff.
I have a dream today.
What if we told you that America's rise to economic power wasn't just luck? It was a relentless drive for progress, fueled by ambition, innovation, and revolution. In this video, we'll uncover the explosive industrial boom that transformed a struggling nation into a global financial giant. Get ready to witness the rise of titans, game-changing inventions, and battles that shaped the future of America's economy. Hold on tight. This is the story of how America's financial empire was built. The birth of American capitalism. The roots of American financial history can be traced back to the early days of the nation's independence. After the American Revolution, the newly formed United States had to create a financial system from scratch. The establishment of the first and second banks of the United States, along with the development of a national currency, was a critical step in shaping the nation's economic framework. This chapter will discuss how financial institutions laid the foundation for the future industrial boom, and how early policies like Alexander Hamilton's economic plan set the stage for an emerging capitalist society. The rise of railroads and infrastructure development. As the 19th century progressed, transportation became a key factor in economic growth. Railroads, in particular, played a pivotal role in connecting distant regions and opening up new markets. The Transcontinental Railroad, completed in 1869, revolutionized trade and industry, stimulating demand for raw materials like steel, coal, and iron. In this chapter, we'll delve into how railroads spurred the rise of new industries and how financiers like Cornelius Vanderbilt and J.P. Morgan used their wealth to build vast transportation networks, shaping the U.S. economy. The Gilded Age and the Age of Robber Barons. The late 19th century marked a period known as the Gilded Age, characterized by rapid industrial growth and an influx of wealth for a few at the top of the social ladder. Figures like John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, and J.P. Morgan amassed enormous fortunes through monopolies in oil, steel, and finance, respectively. This chapter explores how the Industrial Revolution and the rise of these robber barons led to the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few individuals, while workers faced harsh conditions in factories. The chapter also addresses the economic disparities that came with this rapid growth. The stock market and the emergence of financial speculation. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of financial markets as a central aspect of American capitalism. The stock market, once a niche activity, became more accessible to the general public. The introduction of the ticker tape and the growth of Wall Street created a new culture of speculation, where individuals and corporations sought to invest in and profit from the rising value of stocks. This chapter will discuss the stock market's development, its impact on American finance, and the consequences of speculative investments that would eventually lead to major financial crashes. The Great Depression and the New Deal. The Great Depression of the 1930s was a turning point in American financial history. The stock market crash of 1929 triggered a widespread economic collapse, leaving millions unemployed and banks insolvent. In response, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal introduced a series of programs aimed at recovery, reform, and relief. This chapter will focus on the economic policies enacted during this era, such as Social Security, bank reforms, and the establishment of new regulatory bodies like the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. The New Deal marked a shift in the relationship between the government and the economy, laying the groundwork for the modern welfare state. Post-war economic boom and the rise of consumer culture. Following World War II, the American economy experienced unprecedented growth. With the destruction of Europe's industrial infrastructure and the rise of American dominance in global trade, the U.S. economy boomed in the 1950s and 1960s. This period also saw the expansion of consumer culture, fueled by rising wages, suburbanization, and the widespread availability of credit. In this chapter, we'll explore how the American middle class grew, how consumerism shaped the post-war economy, and how the financial sector adapted to meet the needs of an increasingly prosperous nation. The modern financial landscape and globalization. In recent decades, America's financial history has been defined by technological advancements, globalization, and a shift towards a service-based economy. The financial sector has evolved with innovations such as digital banking, hedge funds, and global markets. Additionally, the deregulation of industries in the 1980s and the rise of multinational corporations have created a more interconnected global economy. However, the financial crises of the late 20th and early 21st centuries, including the 2008 financial crash, highlight the risks of financial deregulation. This chapter examines how America's financial system has adapted to these changes and the ongoing challenges of managing a global economy. From its early days of economic uncertainty to its rise as a global financial powerhouse, America's financial history is filled with stories of triumph, turmoil, and transformation. Understanding these key moments, like the rise of industry, the growth of financial markets, and the introduction of economic policies, provides valuable insights into how America became the economic giant it is today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical content.